The Ice Hockey World Championships are an annual men's ice hockey tournament organized by the International Ice Hockey Federation. First officially held at the 1920 Summer Olympics, it is the sport's highest-profile annual international tournament. The IIHF was created in 1908, while the European Championships, the precursor to the World Championships, were first held in 1910. The tournament held at the 1920 Summer Olympics is recognized as the first ice hockey world championship. Between 1920 and 1968, the Olympic hockey tournament was also considered the world championship for that year. The first world championship that was held as an individual event was in 1930, in which 12 nations participated. In 1931, 10 teams played a series of round-robin format qualifying rounds to determine which nations participated in the medal round. Medals were awarded based on the final standings of the teams in the medal round. This basic format would be used until 1992. In 1951, 13 nations took part and were split into 2 groups. The top 7 teams played for the World Championship. The other 6 played for ranking purposes. During a congress in 1990, the IIHF introduced a playoff system. As the IIHF grew, more teams began to participate at the World Championships, so more pools were introduced. The modern format for the World Championship features 16 teams in the championship group, 12 teams in Division 1 and 12 teams in Division 2. If there are more than 40 teams, the rest compete in Division 3. The teams in the championship play a preliminary round. Then the top 8 teams play in the playoff medal round and the winning team is crowned world champion. Over the years, the tournament has gone through several rule changes. In 1969, body checking in all 3 zones in a rink was allowed. Helmets and goaltender masks became mandatory in the early 1970s, and in 1992 the IIHF began using the shootout. The current IIHF rules differ slightly from the rules used in the NHL. The World Championships have been open to all players, both professional and amateur. Since 1977, the IIHF requires that players are citizens of the country they represent and allow players to switch national teams provided that they play in the new nation for a certain period of time. Canada was the tournament's first dominant team, winning the tournament 12 times between 1930 and 1952. The United States, Czechoslovakia, Sweden, Great Britain and Switzerland were also competitive during this period. The Soviet Union first participated in 1954 and soon became rivals with Canada. From 1963 until the nation's breakup in 1991, the Soviet Union was the dominant team, winning 20 championships. During that period, only 3 other nations won medals: Canada, Czechoslovakia and Sweden. Russia first participated in 1992 and the Czech Republic and Slovakia began competing in 1993. In the 2000s, the competition became more open as the Big Six teams, Canada, the Czech Republic, Finland, Russia, Sweden, and the United States, as well as Slovakia, became more evenly matched. As this tournament takes place during the same time period as the NHL's Stanley Cup playoffs, many of the best players do not participate, and it is considered secondary in importance among North American fans and players to the Stanley Cup. Thus, NHL players generally only participate once the respective team is eliminated from Stanley Cup contention. The 79th World Championship was held in Prague and Ostrava, Czech Republic, and was the most successful to date in terms of overall attendance. In the final, Canada defeated Russia to win the 25th 25th title. Background: the International Ice Hockey Federation, the sport's governing body, was created on 15 May 1908 under the name Ligue Internationale de Hockey sur Glace. In 1908, organized ice hockey was still relatively new. The first organized indoor ice hockey game took place on 3 March 1875 at Montreal's Victoria Skating Rink. In 1887, 4 clubs from Montreal formed the Amateur Hockey Association of Canada and developed a structured schedule. Lord Stanley donated the Stanley Cup, and the trustees decided to award it to either the best team in the IIHF, or to any pre-approved team that won it in a challenge. The Eastern Canada Amateur Hockey Association was formed in 1905, which mixed paid and amateur players in its rosters. The ECAHA eventually folded, and as a result of the dissolution, the National Hockey Association formed. The Ice Hockey European Championships, first held in Les Avants, Switzerland in January 1910, were the precursor to the World Championships. It was the first official tournament meant for national teams. The participating nations were Great Britain, Germany, Belgium, and Switzerland. In North America, professional hockey was continuing to grow. The National Hockey League, the largest professional hockey league in the world, was formed in 1917. The European Championships were held for 5 consecutive years but were not held between 1915 and 1920 due to World War I.